Hi guys, so this week my blog's going to be a little bit longer than usual because I wanted to provide you with some really practical tips that you might be in need of right now. Many of you for the first time are using Zoom or Google Hangouts or FaceTime or Skype to do your work, and that means it's the first time that you're going to try to sell or negotiate or persuade or connect through video. Now, in my work, I have prepared my clients and experts to do videotape depositions for years. And so I have some tips for you, both on the substance of the way that you're gonna do this and also on the style. There's actually 5 tips and they spell out focus. The first tip is F, and that is to figure out your jury. We all have juries. For me, the jury is the 12 people in the jury box, but it's also you or my clients or my customers. Your jury is your clients or your customers or your team members or your managers. And so you want to really know going into a video call or a video conference who your jury is. How do they see the world? It's not until you know how they see the world that you can help to change it if that's what you want to do. And you have an opportunity when we do video calls because most of the time, ahead of time, you're going to know who's on that jury. So figure out what's important to them, what they're worried about at this time especially. Do they have children at home? Are they concerned about that? The better you know your jury, the better you figure out what's going on in their world, the better off you're going to be. That's the F. The next is O, and this is organize your evidence. You have evidence that you want to present on this call. It might be data, it might be statistics, it might be stories, it could be pictures. You want to take all of that evidence and organize it and make sure that you're doing so with an eye towards your jury. How do they see the world and how will they best see your evidence? Once you've organized the evidence, we're going to move on to C, and that is to create exhibits. Now in my trials, I use exhibits like PowerPoints and fake body pieces because my cases are medical malpractice. Sometimes it's blow-ups. Sometimes it's the tools that the doctor uses. You want to create exhibits as well. You want to create charts and graphs and stories and pictures. And I highly suggest that you provide them to the people on the call ahead of time. CEOs say that this is enormously powerful for them because they're busy. And this gives them the opportunity to look over the data before they have to sit down with the call. I think the people that you're working with will really appreciate it, even if they don't take advantage of it. But most likely they will, and that also means they'll be paying better attention to you when you're on that video call or conference. The next is U, and U is use your ears. You know, we're so focused on my body language, my tone of voice, where's my face, how do I look, do I have makeup on, am I looking right in this picture? But in truth, we have to remember how important it is to listen. Use your ears on these calls. Pay attention. Don't be looking off in the distance or walking around or looking at your boiling teapot or watching your children if you can help it. Try to really be present and listening to the other people talking on these calls. Number one, it will give you more evidence. It will give you more information about your jury. It will also create a better connection, and that connection will last long after this is all said and done. The last of the 5 points that I have that spell out focus is to sharpen your presence. And that means your body language, yes, but it also means your tone of voice, it means your facial expressions, and it even means your energy. There's a lot of ways you can do that. I'm going to be providing some more in the weeks to come. You can do that by getting a little bit closer to the camera than you might be comfortable. You can do that by using your hands and your body language. You can do that by standing up instead of sitting down because that changes your lung capacity and changes your tone of voice. There are a bunch of ways that you can be aware of your presence. Even the lighting in the room is going to be an important part of that. So I'll be back with more tips, but remember to focus. Figure out your jury, for sure, that's an important one. Organize your evidence, create your exhibits, use your ears, and sharpen your presence. If you're interested in a focus sheet to remind you of this, send me an email at heather@advocatetowin.com and I will send you this infographic that I have created. You can also follow my blog, and I've written out some of this information for you if you'd like to read rather than watch. I hope that you are all staying well. I hope that you are taking care of yourselves and each other. I hope that you are working to distract yourself a little from all the news, and I hope to see you again next week. Have a good weekend.